Let's get to the game. We have the Radiant on the south side of the river. Looking a little fishy. And we have the Dire with a very nice crossbow. And my favorite mask. And hello everyone, and welcome to another ability draft with me, KarmaKnight, and my buddy Stargate.
Hello there.
We have a 3-stack for you. Stargate played this one along with our friends Mr. Bitch and Pog Island. I gave you my heart. Where's Pog? Why can't I see him? Who's Pog? Pog's Primal Beast. There he is.
Yep, he's down there.
This was a win for our team. Although, just looking at the lineup right now, I've got to say Centaur looks real scary. With Firestorm and Thirst and Haunt.
I always find it so interesting to look at people's early items. Because
anybody stand out to you?
They're so diverse. Well, Chen at the moment has 0 items, and there's now a item screen in the beginning of the strategy time. So that's a little weird.
So, like, theoretically, you should be able to get some items. You have a stick and a bunch of consumables.
Yep, I love my consumables.
We have a Tango and a stick on Spectre. We've got a Tango and some stats and a stick on Underlord. Bounty Hunter with a Bracer and some Tangos.
It's either people go stats or consumables. I mean, that's the...
It's generally a good policy.
I don't know why Elder Titan only has Tangos, but, you know.
Yeah, I like doing the full 10 strength stat. I'm sure you are quite aware of this. I like starting with 2 bracers on most heroes.
Yep, agreed.
And just having the 10 strength for the fight over the runes can be the difference between giving up first blood and not giving up first blood.
It's true.
I love that you have a ward on their side of the river uphill already. Considering it's already down a good chunk of its timer, it looks like you placed that very early when there was nobody in lane. It's a good plan.
Yeah.
You're up against Chen mid. So we have Chen, who's going to be spamming Arc Lightning to farm mid.
So annoying.
He's got this very nice Earth Splitter Pit of Malice combo for crowd control. And Frost Arrows. Mostly for slow, I'm going to say. I assume he built this somewhat more as a caster, but I guess kind of somewhere between caster and right click, so maybe this would be a good build for a Witchblade or like a Bloodthorn or something.
Exactly.
And then you've got Marksmanship, so for me I see Marksmanship and I think Scatty and a couple Eagle songs, but I know other people like other items. Mantis Style's another good pick. But just all the agility. Is that your plan?
I went more damage, but yes. Damage and attack speed, I think, were my 2 things. I did eventually get agility, but it wasn't before I had a couple kills.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, especially with Atrophy Aura, where you've already got a ton of damage. I'd love to see just a massive stack of agility on this build. I love that you have Hex, just to make beating on people nice and easy, and then Blood Rage to really make sure you pump out the damage.
Blood Rage was invaluable this game. Yeah.
This is like really close to being a do-nothing right-click build, but then you have Hex, which just means you get to win fights so easily once you have the damage to explode people. And their team's pretty tanky, other than Chen, so it's like it's not super likely that you'll get to just delete people, but this is the kind of build that will get there eventually.
It is.
Let's introduce the other lanes.
Yeah, maybe go bottom, speaking of tanky.
Speaking of tanky bottom, we have 4 big old chonky strength heroes, including none other than the great Centaur Warrunner with the highest strength gain in Dota. Let's start with Centaur, because his build is terrifying. He's got Thirst. That was the first pick of the draft. There's also Firestorm. He's got Haunts. He's got Shadow Word. Yeah, that's a very good combo. And here we're going to see Thirst do its thing. and probably getting this Primal Beast, although Elder Titan did a nice body block there, made him eat a little more tower damage, but no, not with the heal from Thirst.
Nope. He also has Soul Ring on that Centaur, which I think is really good with Thirst.
Yeah, I like it. That way he can just spam Firestorms and eat the creep wave and get all the heal off of Thirst. Gain the health all back.
Yep.
That is a good build and a good combo. I love it. Tidebringer with a less impressive but solid caster build. It's a little bit torn on the do I want like Ags or Ag Shard, because the Shard for Stomp is good, but he doesn't actually have the Spirit, so I guess his Shard is just dead. So it's just an Ags build. Okay.
Yep.
It's fine. I don't love this build, but it works. It's a couple disables and a couple nukes.
Shackle is nice. I don't like that Echo Stomp requires a charge or a channel as well as Shackles. That's a little frustrating.
Yeah, it's a little bit clunky, but like as a support build, I'm fine with it. Having some nukes and some disables is as much as you can ask for from a support. He's dedicated to one build style. I think it's pretty good. Tidebringer doesn't have the best like mana pool to start, so a caster build on Tidebringer is not ideal, but it's fine. That brings us to the Dire down here, where we have Elder Titan with Stampede and Trample. I love that. That's fantastic.
Very strong.
I totally missed Stampede as an option to empower Trample when I was looking at the draft board. Forgot to look at alts. And yeah, that is very strong. Onslaught to set it up seems good. Retaliate. This looks like a Radiance tank build if I've ever seen one.
Sure does. That's what I would have done.
Maybe
I
S
actually
and Y
would
and
have gotten.
Travs.
I would have gotten more strength, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, some bracers into like Sange, or at least the strength components from Sange.
Well, because
then,
Stampede is a strength multiplier thing, you know.
Oh, is it?
Like,
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, and it gets forgotten a lot. But the more strength you have, the more damage it does for everybody, not just for you.
Trampled enemies take damage based on Centaur Warrunner's strength. Huh. Fascinating. I had no idea. Alright, well, yeah, Radiance tank builds usually go into strength eventually, so
They do.
I'm sticking with my guns, so this looks like a Radiance tank build.
Then you got that Pog Island guy, the Primal Beast.
Pog Island is Primal Beast with Snakes and Anchor Smash and Astral Spirit and Natural Order. This is definitely a right-click build plus Snakes.
It is.
It has no crowd control, but a built-in BKB with the Ags on Astral Spirit. You know he's going to want the Ags for Snakes. The combination of Ags and Shard on a right-click build is a little unfortunate. He's got a nice, strong body for it. Primal Beast has a very good strength gain. Does he... 4.3? He doesn't end up stronger than Centaur, does he? Is there a new strongest hero? Is that a
4.7.
thing?
Oh, 4.0. Oh.
Centaur gains 4.0 per level and starts at 47. Primal Beast gains 4.3 per level.
Yeah, he might
starts
be
at 39. So is the 0.3 over 25 levels, which is what, like 6 or 7 strength, enough to overcome the 47 starting? I don't think it is.
No.
I feel like maybe at level 30 it is, because it's 10 full strength at level 30.
Maybe.
Fascinating. Yeah. That's something worth checking out. Maybe there's a new biggest boy in town. Anyway, that is phenomenal strength gain, which is good with a right-click build and Anchor Smash. The Ags is good with Mass Serpent Ward and Astral Spirit for the cheese backdoor build. He's got options. I feel like they're both good ones. I maintain it's unfortunate that he wants Ags and a Shard and right-click stuff. That is a lot of farm necessary. It's going to be hard to get against the Centaur spamming Fire Wave. As you can see, Centaur is currently 7, and everyone else down here is struggling. And he already picked up a kill. Looks like he might just pick up another one right now, although he kind of loop-de-looped and backed off there for reasons I do not understand. But Chen shows up and secures the kill. Centaur doesn't go after Primal Beast. Might have been good, might have been a mistake. Hard to say. Meanwhile, Drow is rotating top to eat a stack. I like it. Got a Mask of Madness, makes that nice and easy. Let's look at this matchup top. We've got a Shadow Shaman with a Ags caster build that looks amazing. I like everything about this. 2 Ags abilities, Penitence to buff his golems or his drow. This is a good build.
It buffs me more than the drow.
Penitence Gush.
Or more than the
golems.
the golems.
Yeah. Penitence Gush is fantastic. Unfortunately, we have a pause in the action here.
Yeah, it's okay. It's coming back. He just downed for a second.
Anyway, I like Penitence Gush. It's not quite a hard stun, but like Bloodright into Chaotic Offering is a hard stun to go with his Bloodright. And the combination of Penitence and Gush will do the trick to keep people in Bloodright, just since it's a lot of slow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to be silenced after you're coming out of golems is really terrifying. They ran every time, which was nice.
Yeah, that is a rude combo. And that leaves Bloodseeker top. No, we just talked about Bloodseeker. No, we didn't talk about Bloodseeker yet.
Oh, Bloodseeker has a good build.
Yes, he does. Uproar, Double Edge, Dispersion. Gotta be honest, this is another Radiance tank build. That puts 2 of them on your team. I'll be interested to see who or if either of you guys actually go for it.
Right.
You can see Bloodseeker just pumping out the damage with that Uproar, and then Dispersion just means you can't trade with him effectively. It's a very solid build. I like that a lot. Also, Double Edge double damages enemies with Dispersion.
What does it?
Yeah, the self-damage gets reflected onto enemies around you. Yeah, that's a neat little combo right there.
I didn't see that.
It's not a game-breaking combo, but it does just make Double Edge hit real hard. It already hits for 300 and scales more than 1-to-1 off your strength.
Yep.
And then, how much damage does it do to yourself? Is it full damage to yourself and the target? So then, Dispersion returns...
Yeah, full damage.
What, 20%? So another 20% on top of that, so it's 300 plus your strength plus 20% of that. So it's a pretty chunky hit. It's easily a like 500 damage hit early, and up to 6 or 7 if you get enough strength.
Yep. That's what I count. It used to be such a cheese too. You used to be able to kill yourself with it.
Yeah, I believe you no longer can, which is nice.
Oh, it has a shard too. That's interesting.
Yeah, what does the shard do? I'm actually not familiar with that shard.
Slows enemies, and increases Centaur's strength per hit, hero per hit, for a short time.
Seems good. Spectre grabs Shadow Shaman, who runs away.
Yep.
But gets Zeus ultied.
He's still running,
the combination of Zeus ults. Oh, this looks like a pretty rough fight for you guys top.
Yeah, we both ran into that Chen ult.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Hard to run out of it when there's a bit of malice around it. As I mentioned, that is a good combo, and there's the double kill off it.
Yeah, they had a really
good rotation. Maybe he didn't get the double kill, but yeah, that was a good rotation for sure. Who else is top? Who's the one person we haven't talked about?
We haven't talked about Underlord.
There's Spectre and Underlord, yes.
And Spectre.
Let's look at Spectre. He's got Pulverize and Spectral Dagger and Fatal Bond and Kraken Shell.
It's such a weird build.
This is such a wonky caster build. a tanky, wonky caster build with some slow and some shared damage.
I don't know. I mean, he had some cool moments when he uses Fatal Bonds with Pulverize. Like, that's really cool.
I was gonna say Fatal Bonds and then the AoE potential of the other two abilities could get out some good damage. And Pulverize could be some meaningful crowd control if he gets it in the right moment, but like it seems like a bit of a kind of a lackluster caster build. I like Kraken Shell. Kraken Shell is always good. Yeah.
It's so weak to disable. Like any disable, stops it in its tracks.
And I don't know, it's about 700 damage, which is like decent for an ult, but not the highest you'll see.
Yeah, and doesn't really scale at all.
Yeah, it doesn't scale at all. No. I see snakes attacking a tower bottom. Oh, I see Chen throwing out Pit of Malice and then his ult. That is definitely backward. You want to ult and then pit. So the proc from pit holds them in place long enough for the ult to actually go off and pull them in, and then pit can hit them a second time. Yep, that's bottom tower down. I have a feeling we're going to see Radiant Towers fall with either golems or snakes or both standing next to them many times this game.
Yep. I mean, or a bunch of damage from Atrophy Aura. That also.
Yeah, that might happen also. Looks like Mask of Madness, more consumables, boots, and a magic stick. Seems good. I'm surprised you have none agility. This would be a Wraithband build for me for sure. Before I went for a mask. Who haven't we introduced? Let's see. We still need to talk about Underlord's builds. I love it. This build is amazing. Divine Favor is like, that's fine. Heavenly Jump is improved mobility and then 2 AoE stuns. What else do you need in life? A Blink Dagger. A Blink Dagger is what else you need in life. But like, that's not too much to ask. And it's a great support build. It's not going to carry the game with it ever, but it seems like a great support build. So, with all of the abilities introduced, that big AoE stun getting stacked up and not getting the full duration out of it at all.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah. Oh, we got a very low Spectre.
Here we go.
You come in just in time to clean up the Underlord and make very short work of Sven with your Mask of Madness and the Blood Rage up. That turns you into a bit of a machine gun, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
And now your whole team runs after Centaur, but he is fast and gets away.
He's so fast.
Spectre, I feel like, kind of got lucky that you guys didn't notice him or pay attention to him, because he was very low and maybe should have been easy cleanup for you, but that's fine.
We were quite focused on the Centaur.
Let's take a look at net worth. This is usually far enough into the game that you can get a pretty good idea of how it's going from net worth. Although, no, I don't think you can, because this shows Centaur and Chen leading the net worth.
Sure does.
I guess that's not terribly surprising, considering Centaur has Firestorm and Chen has Arc Lightning.
Yeah, and they had a pretty good early game.
I see a dead Underlord and a dominating Drow mid. Sitting pretty on 200 Atrophy Aura damage. Stuck in a pit. Kills the Centaur.
Oof.
Almost kills the Chen, but gets blown up. Bloodseeker with the cleanup.
Yeah, but just that fight alone.
That turns into a very good trade. Yep, now you're suddenly second place in net worth, followed by Bloodseeker. Chen just got booted down to 4th place. That was a significant swing right there.
And I got my Shadow Blade.
I notice also that while your the net worth is currently being led by Centaur, the net worth is up 3k on your side. So you, Bloodseeker,
Oh, that's
Elder Titan,
interesting.
and Primal Spirit all have pretty good farm. This is something you'll get from just taking towers with snakes all the time. Like,
Yep.
your whole team has some decent farm where, like, their Centaur has good farm and their Chen has pretty good farm. And then the other three are below the, 4 of you guys. So, that
Some
is...
other things, like, Underlord still doesn't have Blink yet, which I think at 17 minutes, he's struggling a little while.
Yeah, he's the very bottom of the net worth, so it's not terrible to me that he doesn't have it yet. He has a few starting items. I think this is a case where he needs to have helped his team get some kills and gotten some hero kill gold, because he shouldn't have farm from creeps or jungle, really. I noticed
also
Centaur
question
already
another
has
thing?
his Radiance
He does.
and a Void Stone.
Yes. And our Elder Titan. Now, when you have Trample, you think that there's one thing really important with Trample, right? And that would be movement speed? Yeah.
And he doesn't even have brown boots.
That's the one.
I get wanting to go tanky with this build, but not at the expense of brown boots, even.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems bad.
This is the kind of build where I'd want to grab brown boots and then like a windlace and turn it into travels and pick up a Yasha. Like, just be as fast as I possibly could be.
Me too.
Maybe not with Trample. Maybe he's just expecting to, or sorry, with Stampede. He's expecting to hit Trample and Stampede together and just have the movement speed from Stampede when he needs it.
He should have gotten Strength if he's going to go tanky, because it's a multiplier. So
Yeah, that's true. His build seems like it's a build that's kind of doing the right thing, but not necessarily paying attention to his abilities. Where, like, he's got a tank build. Hood, Vanguard, and Blade Mail makes it real hard to kill this guy. But, like you said, no strength. No strength base for the Stampede. Looks like a little party going on top.
It's a bit.
Oh, hey Dave. Welcome to the recording. We're currently watching a game and recording it. Which means we should probably be in the recording channel. I'm sorry, Dave, but we're gonna ditch you.
Oh, Mr. Bitch with the rune haste. There we go.
And we're back. And I wasn't looking for a second, but I see snakes on a hill. That's an interesting placement.
Yep, it's a weird placement.
Oh, and 3 of your team are dead. Oh,
Yep.
Yikes. I missed quite the fight there, trying to get into the private channel. That's hilarious.
That was rough.
Oh, well. I should have remembered to do that in the first place.
It's all good.
Meanwhile, bottom tower falls. So despite having a bad fight, you do get another tower.
It's true.
I noticed you didn't pick up Ags. You went for the shards?
Yeah, so
For the Blood Rage,
I was
but
thinking,
no Ags.
I was thinking about doing Ags, and I thought, well, you know, it's just more farm. I already have the farm currently, with the Mask of Madness and the Blood Rage. So I wanted to go more damage, and so I went crits. That was my next pick. But now I have the Silver Edge.
I like crit on this build. I like Silver Edge on this build a lot because you have great potential to blow somebody up if you hex them and then start wailing on them with all your bonuses up. And if you can start that by breaking them and popping out of invisibility, it's very hard for them to deal with it. Get a shot in the air, hex them, and then just hammer on them till they explode.
You're right, though. You know, in contemplation, I mean, of course, it's always hindsight, right? But I like the agility idea. I think that was right. Maybe even doing the ags. That might have been a way to go.
So personally, when I have marksmanship, I usually like going. Oh, there's that big double stun from Pit.
Yeah, and they had vision too from that ward on the hill.
Yeah, they sure
That got
did.
me.
They knew you were coming, and at 22 minutes, uh,
Yep.
he still doesn't have blink, so that was just a heavenly jump in. But that makes for a big team fight. And they were actually able to push all the way through and pick up the primal beast behind your tier 1.
Yep.
Rough fight for your team. I notice your Bloodseeker and your Elder Titan are both not there.
Yeah, this was a continual thing throughout the game. Although he does have Blood Mist, which is I don't think I remember seeing that ability.
Blood Mist.
Mhm.
This is a thing that I know about.
It's from the Ags. Sprays
Damaging
blood
himself to
continuously.
damage his enemies. Damaging himself to slow his enemies.
Yeah. It's basically a chase you down ability.
Cannot be turned off while on cooldown, but it only has a 3-second cooldown. That's a little weird.
It's weird. But it works with dispersion.
Yeah, a second self-damage ability with dispersion seems good. And here, what looked like maybe a close fight seems to be going horribly awry, and all the baddies seem to be getting away with not much health left.
So bad.
Pit is there, bringing in the damage, although snakes are just barely still in range. And kind of saving the day, along with this golem, who eventually gets tornadoed. So Chen can walk away. And there's the power of that frost arrow. Golem's not able to approach him anymore. Has to switch targets to the Spectre.
He has such a weird build though, that Chen. The Dagon and the Yules. Like, I don't know. He's doing things.
Dagon 3 and Yule. So what this says to me is he wanted more nuke, obviously, when he picked up Dagon. Like, that's what Dagon's for, so sure, fine.
Sure.
But Yule's tells me he just wants to be able to spam. And when you have an ability like Arc Lighting, picking up Yule's makes a good amount of sense.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to beat that 2.5 mana regen early game.
That's true. It just to me felt like, well, Yule's isn't really doing much for him as an item, you know, as an active ability.
Just saved him from a golem.
I guess that's true.
I think Yule's is an okay pickup. I actually disagree with the Dagon more than I disagree with the Yule's. Because with Frost Arrows, he wants to be right-clicking on things effectively. And like, as you can see from him hitting the Centaur right now, his right-click is kind of a joke, and Dagon doesn't do much for that.
Truth.
Also, he's doing pretty well. It's 25 minutes in, and he's 19. He's top of the net worth. And what he has to show for it is a 700 damage nuke. I personally just really disagree with leveling up Dagon, especially in a position where you need to be carrying your team. Like, maybe 3,000 less gold on the Dagon and 300 damage less on the nuke, and he could have another like meaningful right-click item. So
The only
Frost Arrows make more sense.
Two builds I like Dagon with is Arcane Supremacy, and if you also have Decrepify with Pugna's ability. Those make sense.
Yeah, another good one to pick it up on are, who's the hero you always play with the death word? Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor?
Witch Doctor builds. Well, you have Maledict. Yeah. If you have Maledict, you can throw that on him, and then a big nuke can really pay out a lot of extra damage, but I don't know, I feel like it's a bit of a lackluster item. It certainly doesn't win you the game once people start getting BKBs and big strength items. And like, if you just look at the bodies this game, like, there are going to be some thick boys in this game on both sides. So expecting to win fights with the Dagon doesn't seem realistic.
No.
Now that said, he might be thinking maybe I can just blow up this drow with a dagon and take her out of the fight. Because you are certainly the biggest threat on your team by a lot.
And I'm squishy.
And you're a little bit squishy. And you're going to have armor. So going a right-click build might not be as effective against you as trying to blow you up with a nuke.
True.
So maybe that was his logic. But I still just hate it. Like, look at him wailing on this Bloodseeker and just not doing anything. And now he's going to secure the last hit with Finger. Or not Finger, with Dagon.
Dagon.
Oh no, he's not, because that just didn't do anything. And like, with all the time he spent there, you're able to show up and blow him up and
blow him up,
get the fight balanced out. Like, yeah, I don't love that pick. I feel like a Witchblade would serve him much better. Like, the stack slow with Frostbite and Witchblade is really strong.
Uh-oh.
Big AoE stun. We've got the double big old ult. It's gonna get the pit, but he's just a support. Centaur able to kind of come in and out at will.
God, he's so fast.
Yeah, and now he's able to chase down the Primal Beast. Radiant, Shadow Word, and Firestorm is a lot of burn damage. This is a nice little push out. What was that? Somebody have a Force Staff? What just happened?
No, Onslaught?
Oh, right. Onslaught carries people with him. Or no, that was just him running across with Onslaught.
It was just him, yeah.
Fascinating.
Running across and getting killed by 3 heroes. 1v3. Gotta love it.
Onslaughting into 3 heroes is the best decision.
Best. Centaur, if you're watching this, I just want to say that I know I gave you a hard time, but you made some mistakes, buddy. Made some mistakes.
Do you mean Primal Beast?
No, it was our tight. That's the guy. Yeah.
That was a
Him
pretty
with
glorious,
the onslaught.
That was a pretty glorious onslaught. And here comes the Radiance. Nice 30-minute Radiance after decidedly too many tank items, none of which have strength. Very interesting.
Very curious. It's okay. I'm about to come online once I get BKB.
You're going for a BKB after your Mask of Madness and Shadow Blade. That seems good.
Yep.
Or Silver Edge already, not Shadow Blade anymore. Primal Beast
I
went
needed
for
that crit.
Shiva's Guard. Along with a hood.
It's got a weird build. And then Shadow Shaman is just doing the ultimate warding. Like, amazing warding support.
Yeah. I see Triangle Wards. I see Jungle Wards.
He's just always putting them up.
I see offensive T-warding. That's
yeah,
good.
every time I went to look, because, I wanted to question who was getting wards. Every time I went to look, they were all gone. So.
That is pretty awesome. Always nice to have a support. So we're 30 minutes into this game now. We've talked about some people's items, so let's flip through them and see what we've got. We've got Shadow Shaman on his way to his Ags with an Aether Lens and Travels as his starting items. That seems good. I like it.
Especially for supporting as much.
Getting the Ags, yep. That's a great support caster build, especially with golems. Looks like we're shaping up for a big fight in Triangle. We were just talking about how Primal Beast has a Shiva's Guard. I guess the slow pairs pretty well with snakes. It's like as a way to keep people around.
Not a disable. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, it makes people move 40% slower for 4 seconds, so it's an AoE slow, which is good with snakes, but I agree. It's not a legit disable.
Yeah.
If he was feeling like he needed the mana and wanted to get something that makes him tanky, it's fine. I don't love it, but it's fine. Bloodseekers got a nice tank build to go with his dispersion. This works on Bloodseeker and makes a bunch of sense. We were just talking about Shadow Shaman. I think we've talked about your build enough, but sure enough, BKB, Mask of Madness, crit, all the things you would expect on a carry. And Elder Titan. A little bit misguided version of tankiness, but a tanky Radiance build, sure, it's good.
On their team, they have Underlord, who finally has his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, he's had that for a little while, I think. And they're picking up a Roshan right now. Largely uncontested, it looks like. After running through your jungle and clearing out some wards.
We noticed, though, and we're coming into it.
I like that he has Sange, considering he's going to blink into the front line. Oh, that is a unfortunate time to see Roche contested. All the big ults come out. There's the Shiva's Guard to go with the snakes.
The stun on the BKB was rough.
They're all dead.
Yep, and we're going to take it.
Shadow Shaman goes down, but that's it. Somehow they still have a 2k lead after that fight. They must have been doing well before this.
Well, only got 2 kills off of that.
So this is one I was really curious about. Looks like Spectre's plan is Echo Saber, Desolator, and BKB. I'm so confused.
Isn't he a caster build?
I'm so very confused. Yes. Yes, he's a caster build with right-click items that just, like, aren't...
That sucks for his Centaur for getting farm.
Yeah,
That I don't know. I guess somebody needed to be the second core.
Yeah. I don't know why he has a Desolator. This build says, like, okay, you can build an agility hero as a right-click and have some mana items, but, like, Echo Saber, Battle Fury, maybe?
Yeah.
Echo Saber...
Yeah, I would like Battle Fury.
Orchid? Like, something that lets him cast all these spells. He's got a bunch of big, expensive spells. So, like, some mana regen and some mana seems good. Yeah, Echo Saber's an okay choice on this build. But, like, Desolator's just right-click damage, and that seems like a bad pick on this build.
Yeah, I don't
Another one I would say might
be
good would be, like, get a Blade Mail. Take advantage of the fact that you can stand in the fight for such a long time with Kraken Shell.
True.
Blade Mail, of course, no longer has mana associated with it, but...
I was just thinking that. Back in the day it did.
Yep, long time ago, but still, I would argue something other than Desolator seems like it would be better on this build. Chen, Dagon 5, and Windraker. Pretty much the same 2 items he had like 15 minutes ago. 200 more damage on the Dagon, and like more move speed and more mana, and a better tornado on the Windwaker. This just seems like a lot of gold invested. Like, he's second place on net worth, and he's got 2 items to show for it. Neither of them, like, lets him contend with carries.
But again, one of those items is Dagon 5.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of money invested, you're right.
Yeah, like... He's got 2 viable targets for that. Like, the 2 strength heroes are out. Bloodseeker with Dispersion is out. And that leaves you and Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, he's going for Shadow Blade
blowing up a support
too now.
with Dagon is a bit of a waste. I like Shadow Blade on him. I hate this build. I hate everything about it. This seems like such a waste of a mid.
Now they're all coming down for me.
He just picked up the double damage? Seriously? He needs to give that to Centaur or Spectre if he's going to build Caster.
He's just confused. It's the same thing with our
confused.
Pog.
I just don't get what's happening right here.
Where Pog grabbed the Aegis. You know, it was the same deal. It was like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess if you get caught, that will be helpful.
Were you the person that needed that? Oh, big fight happens under Snakes for quite a bit of it, and their team is feeling like they just don't take that much damage. BKB allows you to survive that exchange.
Yeah, they were really on me. I got
This is a
frightened.
remarkably close game. Only a 1k gold difference right now.
And you know, I think what did it was the butterfly that I get. I think you were right. The agility is what I needed.
It certainly helps. Yeah, now everybody's wailing on you, but you're up to 26 armor with one decent agility item. You do go down.
I do. They had everything on me, though.
You take out their Underlord, and you just ate a lot of their available spells and damage. Lincoln blocks the Penitence. That's good. Yeah,
Centaur's going heart. I didn't even see his heart. Interesting.
it's very hard to push into you guys with Gush. Kind of just blast the creep waves from in base, and it's very, very difficult high ground against that if Shadow Shaman's alive. So Centaur, like you said, is going for a heart. He's already got Blade Mail Radiance combo. He's still got a Soul Ring. Fine. I mean, yeah, this build is terrifying and amazing. I would argue he's either has or is about to, like, seriously hit his peak capability. So, like, once he gets his heart, I feel like they need to end by, like, 45 minutes. Because you are 100% going to outscale his tankiness with your damage eventually.
True.
So yeah, there's his heart. They need another big fight, and they need to push and end, like, right now. And considering I know that you win this game, I don't think that's what's going to happen. That leaves Tidebringer to talk about. And Tidebringer has another Dagon on the team, along with an Aether Lens and an Ags. Okay, so Aether Lens and Ags, yes. Dagon, no. Get a Refresher Orb. Finish the,
It just falls off at this point.
Yeah. Like, if you can get a Dagon at 15 minutes and the other team has many squishies on it, that's great. But it seems so bad in this matchup.
Even if you were to consider Bloodseeker a squishy, which he's not because of dispersion. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's categorically for, like, Shadow Shaman, who is gonna have already done his thing in a fight. Like, unless you can blow him up before he gets Chaotic Offering off. It's just not even worth killing him.
Or me.
Or you. And you have a BKB. Like, terrible item for this matchup. Absolutely terrible item for this matchup.
Their Titan still doesn't have movement speed, too.
He got brown boots. Eventually, at least.
He did.
Yeah, he effectively has the same build as the Centaur. Which is funny.
Yeah, he does. Very carbon copy.
Yeah, I mean, they both kind of went ye old standard Radiance tank build. They both got the potential to build into Abyssal Blades eventually out of their Vanguards. Or Crimson Guards if they want to make the teams more tanky. I'm a little bit amazed by and concerned with the fact that Chen is still so high on the net worth. I was pretty sure he'd have fallen off by now. It's just because he's 11-4.
Yep.
But yeah, you guys are pretty effectively sieged high ground. They're able to clean out your wards with Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
Where's the ult? Let's see the ult. Oh, there's the ult. Wall Trample is on cooldown. Such a sad Nambo moment. And meanwhile, Chen picks up the kill in the triangle while everybody else is running down bot. Tidebringer's like, I wonder how Roche is doing. More battle going down in the triangle. You come in from below. I don't think they're expecting you from that angle.
Nope, they certainly were not.
With the BKB, you pick up a couple kills quickly. That's a tide as well. I don't know if all the ults are down. Chaotic Offering is certainly down, as is Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, as is Mass Serpent Ward. Yeah,
Prime
they're all...
Beef doesn't have Mass Serpent Ward right now, but you guys have a clear path to the racks.
Yeah, and I got
Save
300
for
something
Spectre.
Atrophy Aura.
Yeah, after a team wipe like that, I'm sure you have a ton of... Yeah, you've got 350 Atrophy damage. A little unclear why you're not attacking the tower through that moment, but I guess it was glyphed.
That's glyph. They had a glyph.
They had a glyph. Also, doesn't matter. Gets deleted in seconds. Yeah, Spectre with the right-click build, but can't get in range to right-click. Eventually you do right-click on some towers, and they, along with the racks, all go down.
Oh, go down.
That's 43 minutes and racks taken. The other team is coming back up at this point. Centaur looks like he wants to chase. This seems entirely suicidal by Centaur. Oh no.
I don't think he understands Bloodseeker's abilities.
Bloodseeker just thirsted an illusion of Centaur instead of Centaur. How sad. And Bloodseeker's getting away. Nope,
So
Centaur
nope.
gets him.
Chase him down. Wow. It's okay, I'm picking up some kills over here.
Yep, you just got the Chen. I didn't see that one happen, but he's dead and you got a kill, so there it is.
Yeah. Chen is now lower on the net worth now.
Yep, looks like you're gonna get this Tidebringer also. Nice Shackle, nice Dagon, not quite enough.
Not quite enough, buddy.
Nice grab.
You're like, what is he doing?
Grab was almost enough. Spectre damnably near got you.
Mm-hmm. Near. Damnably near. Got me.
Yep. So you're sitting on 6k gold and a 4 set of items. What are you thinking about at this point?
I'm thinking about the fact that the only person that's really my threat is Centaur, and he has a blade mail. And every time I attack into him, it hurts me. And so I go Satanic.
Yep, I love Satanic at this point. You got the Mask of Madness for the easy Satanic builds.
That's
Sounds good.
I did mess up a little bit. I didn't think about doing Satanic earlier, and well, I have the leftover quarterstaff, and I was thinking, gosh, I really wish I had made this into my butterfly earlier, but alas, can't all be winners.
That would have been the thing to do with that. I love that Shadow Shaman is currently working toward his Refresher Orb after an Octarine Core and an Ags. Just
oh yeah, that Octarine Core is beautiful.
Golems whenever possible and as often as possible. What a good build.
And still holding like the support, mantle this game as well. Pretty cool.
I'm a little surprised it's gone to 46 minutes with Snakes and Chaotic Offering, but it seems like you guys have had to keep using them for team fights well away from their base, which makes pushing with them much harder.
They were dropped at weird points, honestly. But this game is almost wrapped up.
Got a double damage top. Pretty much your whole team chilling in triangle. Elder Titan pushing in top. They seem to have lost steam. Like, they were doing a really good job of occupying your jungle space. They still got some wards over there, but it seems like they can't keep lanes out anymore. And there's a big rotation going bottom. Looks like it's a smoke. Trying to catch this tide out. Bloodseeker is spotted, so he won't get caught. Bump, bump. Bump, 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 bump.
The clash is about to happen.
Meanwhile, you and Prime Beef do catch the Tidebringer. He goes down fast. Double damage ends up on their Underlord, who ults a BKB Drow and dies promptly. Ooh, big ol' whiff with the Chaotic Offering.
Yeah, that was rough.
Also, those snakes don't do much because they are way outside of base. That seems
Spectre.
like maybe you should have had a moment of patience and put the snakes like on top of this tower and racks.
Yep, agreed.
Because like it would be down right about now if those snakes were on high ground.
Did you see that 2-hit Spectre that I did? I thought that was pretty cool.
I didn't. I wasn't looking. I see Spectre with an AC now. This is such a strange build. So all over the place. AC's good against Marksmanship because it helps deal with your excessive armor from all your agility, but like it's just still not just a pure right-click build. You go down in the Blade Mail, even with Satanic up and pumping. But that leaves just Centaur and the rest of your team free to hammer away on this tower. And Drow buys back to maintain the pressure. Immediately TPing mid. Interesting. Looks like you're after Centaur and Underlord. And not for the first time. I don't think they expected you in their base.
Nope.
On that side of the line. Yeah, Tidebringer casts some spells on you, and now that you have a Satanic and a BKB, they just don't do anything meaningful.
0. And that's all she wrote in this
ladies
game.
and gentlemen, with 5 Radiant Heroes down, and 200 Atrophy Aura and a 6 stacked Drow, I dare say that is GG. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Here is a supercut for my outro. Thanks again for watching. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. My Patreon now has merchandise, and that's the best way to support the channel if you want to do that. Also, you get access to additional content like the draft, comments, and scoreboard analysis. If you want to see me live, come check out my stream on Twitch. Links in the description for all of these things. With all the things you should do. And good luck, have fun, don't die. I will catch you in the next one.